Welcome to another episode of Parks Rec and Roll. This time, we've decided to throw open the vault and pull out some of our favorite segments from last year. Montgomery County has a lot to offer: community events, cool clubs, and learning opportunities for the whole family. We have great places to get fit, give back, and make friends along the way. Oh, and don't forget about exploring our rivers, lakes, and trails.
It's a beautiful piece of land to work with.
Our August show featured some young kayakers and canoeists. We spent the day in Darnestown with the Valley Mill Racing Team.
Yeah, you gotta reach.
This area is a bit of a mecca for paddling. I think the best way it's described is Potomac River having all of its resources from flat water all the way up to Great Falls. You have a variety of skills that you can learn all in one area. And not paddling in this area is kind of similar. The best way it's been described is if you lived in Vail and didn't learn to ski. Living in this area and not learning how to paddle would be a shame. I'm Bruce Utus, and I work here. I'm the director of Valley Mill Camp, and I also am a coach of the Valley Mill Racing Team. Our camp started in 1956, and my grandparents started that camp. Both were interested in paddling, and my grandmother was a national champion as well and raced. And her kids got into paddling as well, and so on and so forth. We started here in Valley Mill Camp in 1973 and dug this lake out, and from this lake a lot of national team members have come into the paddling scene. We have kids from ages 4 to 14, and they begin from ground zero. We get them in kayaks and teach them what they need to know, canoes as well.
Well, I like kayaking because you can do lots of maneuvers and tricks.
The lake is very refreshing. It's just really feels good. I used to do canoeing, but then I started doing kayaking and it was really fun. I liked it, so now every day I do kayaking.
Whenever there's a child that shows a lot of talent, then we tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, are you interested in getting involved in possibly the racing scene? And we give them the attention they need to take it to the next level.
I'm Aaron Mermelstein, and I'm 14, and I've been paddling for almost 7 years now. I started here at this camp when I was 5 years old.
And we have, over the years, had many people start out here and make it to the Olympic team. It's a couple gold medalists that have come from this little lake and gone all the way. Ashley Nee and Caroline Queen are one of our hot boaters, a couple of our hot boaters out there. Aaron Mann also is shooting for the team. He didn't make it this year, but they all started here learning how to paddle.
My name's Mariah Heaney. I've been a camper and counselor here at Valley Mill for 11 years. I've been paddling in an open canoe since I was 5. I work here at Valley Mill. I'm lake staff, but I'm also part of the slalom team. A draw, I'm gonna paddle through, and then I'm done. I'm now on the junior national team for kayak, not for canoe, but it's just funny because if I didn't come to this camp, and I probably would have never happened. You got it. Sweet.
I think the most important thing with creating an athlete is creating a community for the person interested in the sport to come into. And you'll see it talking to these kids. The camaraderie that happens here is amazing.
I'm Tyler Utus, and I've been paddling since I was 3. And I started out on this lake at Valley Mill, and my dad's the one that got me involved into it.
Generally, we train 3 times a week. At present, depends on the kids' schedules. It's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Sprint Canoe Kayak and Whitewater Canoe Kayak have come from the state of Maryland. Most of our world champions.
The weekends are very booked up with either training camps or races that we go to.
Zealots, mainly in the metropolitan area, and in particular, it has Montgomery County, which has been fielding world-class whitewater athletes for 4 decades. On the course, we've got young Aaron Mergelstein, one of our talented athletes with the Valley Mill Racing Team.
And then there are those individuals who do some of the training on their own. So they'll go out on the river in the mornings, do some practices, and then join us for our team training.
It wasn't a flat spin, it was like a 360. It was a It was like a Space Godzilla.
The team is something special.
Not today, anyway. You gotta work your way up.
Out of that comes these great athletes.